Hi, hello, and welcome back to CRICSTATIC Season 3 powered by Wannaby. I am your show host, Tasmay Krishnan, the creator and host of this podcast, and I couldn't be more enthralled to welcome you all back to another riveting episode of CRICSTATIC. The pre-match analysis. It's been quite a while since I said that, of the Chennai Super Kings versus the Delhi Capitals. I have donned yellow, so guess who I'm predicting as a winner? Delhi Capitals? Absolutely not. It's of course going to be Chennai Super Kings. So let's hope that CSK has a great game and wins this game today. And this is my prediction. Of course, your prediction, you can let me know in the comment section. And without any further ado, I'm going to begin this episode. And before that, one more shout out to our sponsors, Wannaby. They have a website of their own, and if you want anything with regard to real estate, whether it's buying or renting or just looking for properties, what are you waiting for? Visit their website right now. If you prefer an app for a more user-friendly usage, then please do download their app. They go by Wannaby app. And if you want latest updates regards on sales, etc., offers, you can always visit their Instagram handle, Wannaby Official. Give them a follow if you already haven't. Don't keep slogging on the streets looking for real estate, because right now, if you're in Chennai, especially outside my window out there, it's 35 to 36 degrees. So please don't slog on the streets. Just visit their website and be a happy customer at the end of the day. Thanking them, we begin this episode diving into the analysis straight away. I'm going to analyze the pitch and the toss first, which will play a very key determinant in the deciding of the playing 11s. So I think this pitch is going to be a batting paradise. It's going to be a batting nirvana for both the sides, and it won't deteriorate at all. I think it's only going to, a little bit of spin can be expected. The spinners will come into the fray towards the second half of the game, but I don't think it's going to slow down. I think it's just going to keep coming onto the bat in a nice fashion, but not too many 200 plus totals here. But I'm at least anticipating around 180 plus from the team that bats first, and I think that's going to be both the sides would want to bowl first though. And I say this because the chasing average here has been fantastic. 13 games, 7-1 by the team that has batted second, and it's going to be a good game of cricket. If CSK bats first, I am expecting at least 200 plus, and I think with their bowlers, with their spinners, they'll be able to defend it. So the toss doesn't play a huge role for the Chennai Super Kings, but it does play a huge role for the Delhi Capitals. The Delhi Capitals would like to win the toss, and in my opinion, I think the Delhi Capitals would like to bat first, and the Chennai Super Kings would like to bowl first. And I hope this prediction comes true. And what do you think of what I just made of the toss? You can always let me know in my comment section. It's for you to give your verdict about anything that I've addressed in this episode, or even something that I have missed out on. You can always let me know through the comment section. So I think it's going to be a great game of cricket with regard to the surface being absolutely neutral throughout the game. And towards the second half, as I am reiterating that the ball will turn. The ball will definitely turn a little bit, but it's still going to be playing more towards the batter's side on both sides of the innings. So you never know how it's going to go. Coming on to the playing 11s, I found it a little easy this time for a change to predict the playing 11s. But with CSK, it's always a toss-up on whether they're going to back their core or they're going to try and make just that one solitary change. And in this time, I think they might make that one solitary change. And I say this because on this surface, it might turn a little bit, as I said earlier. So I feel Daryl Mitchell might not have too much of a role to play. So Moeen Ali might be brought in to further extend the batting depth and also offer some key off-spin in the middle, because of the number of left-handers that the Delhi Capitals also have in their lineup. So you never know. I have a feeling that Moeen Ali might walk into this 11 instead of Daryl Mitchell or even Mahesh Theekshana. But I think Moeen Ali, they'll be more inclined towards Moeen Ali, because he's more of the traditional off-spinner who just come in and bowl for you now, back-to-back on the middle stumps, so middle and off. So I'm going for Moeen Ali. And he also provides you with that batting depth that Theekshana doesn't. Moeen Ali is a fantastic batter. I think Daryl Mitchell and Moeen Ali are almost parallel with regard to their batting prowess. But with the ball, again, Moeen Ali pips him completely. So I think that's the reason why they might resort to Moeen. And in fact, I even see Rachin Ravindra bowling if CSK bowls second. If they bowl first, I don't think Rachin would bowl. But if it's towards the second half and it's Ruturaj Gaikwad's influence decision, you might see Rachin Ravindra bowling, because we know that MS is the type who likes having 7 bowling options in 11, not even 6. And 7 Tala for a reason again. But the reason that he likes to have 7 bowling options is that in case one bowler misfires, he can go to his other bowler. And we've seen that with Suresh Raina, Jakati. We've seen it with so many of his bowlers. But I think this time, even Dwayne Smith for that matter, taking a pace bowling option example. But this time, over the years, at least since 2015, and then those after that 2-year break from 2018 to 2023, what we saw was that MS never gave it to a part-timer, or he never handed the ball to his non-primary bowling options. So I might, so if it's a Ruturaj Gaikwad influence decision, we might see a part-timer helm the ball. And Rachin Ravindra is much better than a part-timer, with all due respect. But in this lineup, is he your best bowler? I don't think so. But I would honestly give it a shot, because at the end of the day, the more bowling options you unlock, the better. If he misfires, then it's a learning, knowing that, okay, I can't handle the ball at this stage, maybe some other stage of the game towards the latter stages of the tournament. Or if he bowls well, you've unlocked another bowling option. That's a lucrative to have in your lineup. So you never know the thought process of Ruturaj Gaikwad, but the little that I made of his captaincy, he seems to be a very good captain. Yes, the camera continues to be focused on MS Dhoni, who's going to, command the magnitude of fandom that MSD commands throughout this nation or even throughout the world. You can't blame the cameramen to centralize their view on MSD. I was at the games, both the games for the CSK home games, and even a glimmer of this on the screen, if they show me even a glimpse of MS Dhoni, the crowd was absolutely ecstatic, and I think that just speaks volumes of the man's fandom. So I really can't blame the cameraman, but if Star Sports or any broadcasting network, Jio Cinema, watches my video, my only request would be that please do focus on Ruturaj Gaikwad as well. Ruturaj Gaikwad, the more he does better, in the long run, you never know, the country might call him as a captain as well. So it's better if they focus more towards Ruturaj. He's won the Asian Games already, seemed a very calm captain then as well. But now here also he exudes a lot of calm and composed nature. So I really like his disposition, and hopefully he can continue to bring more success to CSK as a franchise on a whole. And Ruturaj Gaikwad, the batter, is going to have a very good game in my opinion. Ruturaj and Rachin will hold key to Chennai's 200 plus total if they're batting first. And in the chase to whatever target it is, because of the spin and having Kuldeep and Akshar, it's always going to be dicey facing them. If Lalit or Praveen Dubey comes in, it becomes even harder. So it's going to be a good game with regard to the second half of the game. The first half, I think we are expecting at least 180 plus. So I have a feeling that Ruturaj and Rachin will hold key to Chennai's chances today. Moeen Ali with the ball is going to be very crucial for CSK. And will Shardul Thakur walk in for Tushar Deshpande? Why hasn't he come in? I'm not too sure. There haven't been any reports of Shardul Thakur facing a possible fitness issue or having any difficulties with his hamstring, which he was having earlier this year. But I have a feeling it's just that I think they want to develop Tushar Deshpande as a good death bowler. In all honesty, I like the last over that he bowled versus RCB. I like the way he bowled against the Gujarat Titans. In fact, he came in and I think after getting pumped for a six, he ran in and bowled the shortest delivery that he could. And he rolled his fingers over the ball, and I think he got Omar Zai caught at mid-off, if I'm not wrong. So he's got the variation, he knows exactly what to do. He's a very sorted bowler, but I think sometimes the execution and the pressure on you, especially after coming off a good season and a lot of trolling, I think it becomes very hard for you to execute it to that levels of finesse. So the parameters are very high for Deshpande right now. And I think we should first give him his time to settle in. He's a very good bowler. He will play for the country eventually. But let's give him some time. Let's give Tushar Deshpande some time. Let him have a good 5 to 7 games. If he's unable to perform in those, that's when you pick him out and play Thakur, is my opinion on this. But I'm still a little bewildered on why he isn't starting Thakur. If there's a fitness issue, then okay. But CSK has always been a team that has relied on their seasoned pros and experienced players to carry the mantle forward. And I thought Shardul Thakur would definitely be one of them. And he's a regular feature for the country, so it's very perplexing. But going on to the Delhi Capitals, not too many changes to make. I think Arnik Nokia, for the trolls that he received last game, he can't be released. He can't be dropped for another player, because in all honesty, that last over you just can't do anything. Riyan Parag was seeing it like a watermelon, so he was just smashing the ball. You can't do anything about that. So I think Arnik Nokia bowled wonderfully until then, but the last over, yes, things do go haywire when you're returning from an injury. So Arnik Nokia definitely re-cements his place in this lineup. But the one person who I thought would play from the game one, Ricky Ponting and Ganguly thinking, left me absolutely confounded. But Prithvi Shaw will return to this lineup. I think they might call back Prithvi Shaw. And I remember in 2021 qualifier 1, he played a wonderful innings until I think Josh Hazlewood got him out, if I'm not wrong. So I think Delhi versus the Chennai Super Kings, that was. So I think Prithvi Shaw might come back into the mix. He's coming off a poor IPL season. A decent Ranji Trophy is coming, I think, with an average of 45. So I think Prithvi Shaw will definitely return to this setup. And where does he come in place of Ricky Bhui? They might even try, let's say that Prithvi Shaw is not yet prepared for the big uphill task versus the Chennai Super Kings. I think they might, I mean, with a franchise like CSK, it's so unassailed, their performances throughout the tournament. So they might not want to risk Prithvi Shaw. They might resort to Kumar Kushagra for Ricky Bhui. But again, that's a very far-fetched opinion that I'm giving right now. So Prithvi Shaw looks more likely to come back into the mix and open with David Warner. Despite the chemistry looking good between David Warner and Mitchell Marsh, I think the Delhi Capitals have no other choice but to tamper with that opening combination with the inclusion of Prithvi Shaw. So I'm looking forward to that as well. In fact, I think Shaw has got to perform for the Delhi Capitals. For the amount of faith that they've invested in him after a poor season, especially with a franchise like Delhi, that release their players if they don't have one good season. If they have one bad season, then I think they're just out of the franchise. So if they've invested so much faith in a player, they've definitely seen something, and we all have seen something in Prithvi Shaw. So let's hope that Prithvi Shaw steps up to the levels and has a good game and a good tournament for the Delhi Capitals. That is provided that he starts today. So because they're already off on 2 games, so they have to bring about some change. Ricky Bui, yes, versus Andre Berger the other day, he couldn't do much about it, but I think they've got to make that change now. It's a very hard change to make, but you've got to make that change. So I think I've addressed the playing 11s, the pitch and everything, but now coming on to the extra details I'm looking forward to Rishabh Pant turning it on, because he's looked in a lot of despair after getting out almost on the 2 games, and I think he's a little too hard on himself right now. Coming off after what he has endured, to be so hard on yourself, that shows the amount of passion and the hard work that's going through on the nets in the next sessions. So I'm very much looking forward to Rishabh Pant turning it on versus the Chennai Super Kings. And if he does, I think nothing better for Indian cricket, because that then makes him a possible wicket-keeping option for the World Cup. So he's got to turn it on, Rishabh Pant. And another player who I'm looking forward to, who can turn it on today, is Samir Rizvi. I have a feeling Rizvi might be promoted ahead of Shivam Dube today, just to give him a little more of the match feel. Played only 6 balls and scored 14 runs. 2 what beautiful sixes that he hit of Rashid Khan. First ball that he faced in the IPL versus probably the world's best spinner right now in white ball cricket. Runs in, bowls the delivery on the stumps. He swept it for 6 over the mid-wicket boundary, and I had an angle from covers, and that 6 looked humongous. And immediately steps out versus the next ball versus Rashid. I think after flicking one for single, he stepped out and went over, I think, mid-off, and that spoke volumes of the aggression and the intent that this man possesses. A fearless cricketer. That's what I like about Rizvi, and I hope he gets some more game time, some more match time. And will Tala walk out? This is a question that everyone wants me to address, and the honest answer is, he's not playing here to play. Everyone thought that this season is going to be his notion to please the crowd, one last farewell, and he hasn't walked out as of yet. And a lot of people are very much showing their dissent towards him for not walking out. But they need to understand that, is MS Dhoni a feasible option at number 7, or would you like to send Ravindra Jadeja and Tonk 2 6s and a boundary? Dhoni in this lineup is your number 8. You can't send him at number 7 when you have 2 balls. When you have 2 balls to go, you can, but you can't send him at number 7 when you have around 5 to 6 overs to go. And when you have 5 to 6 overs to go, you have Rizvi still to go at 6. You have Jadeja at 7. Of course, you're going to send Jadeja and Rizvi, right? You can't ask MS to come up the order when you have 5 to 6 overs to go. I think that option can only be resorted to if MS has if there's only 1 or 2 overs left. So I'm a huge Tala fan. In fact, he's almost equal to my god. So please don't judge me like this. But I think Tala is not going to walk out anytime soon. But today you never know. Last time we saw the havoc that he wreaked versus the Delhi Capitals. So there's a good chance that he might walk out. But I think he might promote himself to number 7 today. So there's a good chance that Tala might walk out, provided that things go haywire for Chennai Super Kings. Barring that, there's a very minimal chance that he's going to walk out, because the way the Chennai Super Kings have traveled throughout the first 2 games so unassailed, it looks largely unhinged that they're going to try and experiment anything unusual other than bringing in Moeen Ali for Daryl Mitchell. Well, I think I summarized almost every aspect of this game that I'm looking forward to. And for more such riveting cricketing content, you know what you have to do. All you have to do is subscribe to CRICSTATIC. If you haven't listen to our podcast on Spotify, we have a lot of general episodes. Please do listen to them and give us your review in the comment section on Spotify as well. And I'm looking to expand it even more and more. So your support is the only way I can do this. So please do give it a like. Do share it with your friends and colleagues. And also do subscribe to this channel once again. So signing off, this is Tasmai Krishnan. Have a delightful day ahead. Until next time, see you.